Okay, I'm a bit late. I'm sorry. I'm a bit late. Yeah, I'm being a bit late today. I didn't stream at all last week. I actually didn't do anything content creation last week because life was hell. Anyways, why did I feel like I sound muffled or something. I mean, I am sick somewhat. I was sick the entirety of last week, and so that didn't help things at all. But then this week as well, just no, or whatever. You get the idea. Not having a great time, but we're here anyways. Sorry, the reason I'm late today is because I went to, I ended up going to therapy, and instead of having my regular 10 o'clock this week, it was at 11, so obviously that didn't work terribly well in regards to being able to actually do anything. Regardless, we're here, we're ready to rumble, more or less. I'm just checking through emails right now. Okay. Anyways, hope everyone's weeks went well. Mine was, again, pretty hectic and terrible, but we're here anyways. Also, it's really funny. Yesterday, we uploaded the first... excuse me. We uploaded the first video, well, upload is a relative term. The first video went live on the VOD channel of being in this place, and it's really funny to look at the image here and then also see how everything's changed in the room. There's not a whole ton necessarily different, but there's more stuff if nothing else. Regardless, we're going to start today by playing some Roblox, mostly just because I was essentially running to get here, so I'm wanting to cool off a little bit. Then we're going to move into Vacation Simulator. Yeah, complain all you want. Oh, I still really would like to know why MetaQuest decides that it has to launch anytime I load Roblox. Also, do I have any idea what Roblox Tycoon we're doing? Absolutely not. So I get to take a quick peek through a couple of these and see what looks interesting. No, it's not. Oh, hope everyone has been doing well though. Obviously, I was out of commission. More or less. I did also have my birthday this last week, which was interesting. Birthday itself was more or less fine. Went to work, came home, existed until I went and had dinner with my family. Okay. Are you kidding me? Well, how does one do that then? Apparently my Roblox needs to update. Yet it's not. What? Roblox, cooperate, please. Oh, now it'll say to update. Jeez. Also, other thing that happened, which I didn't see if they allowed me. Yep, you still can't do it. I don't know what the hell Twitch is on with these power-ups. But it's so incredibly stupid. Like, sure, the concept, whatever, do bits instead of channel points so that then, I mean, let's be honest, the entirety of the reason why they're doing it at all is because they're trying to get people to buy more bits. Regardless, the main issue I have with it is the fact that it doesn't work in pop-out chats. You have to natively have, like, the Twitch stuff open in a Twitch window on a separate, like, browser. And it's so stupid to me, because it's like, first off, the one you just, I don't know, it's really dumb to me. And the fact that you can't turn it off is the most dumb thing. Regardless. Okay. hello there thing. You have, okay, first off I should see if, you know what I realize I should probably do is get some music of my own going. Come on. Again, I kind of basically just got home and launched stream. There we go. Anyways. Click, or cash to collect, I just can't read. Anyways. This is Bouncy House / Castle Tycoon, I think is what it was called. I'm intrigued to see how any of this works. I can make a ball. Let's go. I got balls for days. Auto purchase. I'm assuming this is. Yeah. Is a wall. Touch this to join a friend. Again, I don't figure we'll be playing Roblox for too long. I just wanted to have something a little bit more chill before going into Vacation Simulator. Because in reality, oh, the wall went there. I see. It's an actual palm tree, or it's an actual palm tree, not whatever. They keep locking me out. Yep. Because who would want you to be able to run in a Tycoon this massive? What is this? Codes. $3K for a roof? What is this world coming to? So we're at 34 right now. Also, I'm assuming this is just a boost. Yeah. So 34 all the way to 39. Oh my, so much. Such an improvement. We'll say this Tycoon definitely has a lot more, whatever it's called. Like, a lot of buttons that you can access immediately, which is a little weird, to be honest. Normally, these sorts of things, you have, like, a few things available, and to, like, if nothing else, give direction to your player more. So I love how this ball pit is, like, perfectly fine, and over here you just have this random red ball that's like, I'm going to be difficult. I don't even think you can interact with these, can you? If I can, it's to such a minute degree. Do I climb and then there's more stuff up here? Yes. Railings, those are important. And a roof. I love how the roof is the thing that's like, you get... Nice. The roof is what massively increases your... That just zoomed me out. Why? Hill. Yes, because that's a hill and not a bump. Clearly. Clearly. Party streamers. Woo! Oh. But no, how's everyone been doing? Hope we've been doing okay. I made the fool's error of trying to go to online dating, and that went just as well as you could figure, which is not at all. Then again, most of that comes from where I'm dating, because even beyond the where I'm dating, it's the fact that, like, I could probably date in Provo and be fine, but the fact that I'm dating in Provo as a divorced individual, not very likely to have any success there. What are people saying? Come. Where do you want me to join? Obviously, I know that I am not the intended recipient of that message. But I'm here anyways. Hold up, why is there a giant hole? Is this a large ball pit that we're going for? Is that the idea? Oh hey, you actually have me on the inside when placing a wall. What a concept. An umbrella. Benches. More benches. I will say the one thing that I do really enjoy about playing Roblox is the fact that especially a Tycoon, you have very little actual gameplay to talk about. And so, like, let's be honest, I'm running back and forth between these things. Number go up, brain go burr is what's going on here. But there's like basically nothing happening. But like, it's actually really great to just be able to talk and whatever. Which currently, hey, imagine that I have a bunch to talk about, so it makes things work out. Or who knows, maybe we'll have another delinquent like we did when we played Roblox last time. For anyone who wasn't there, which let's be honest was probably the majority of people, given the fact that you know, no one watches my streams right now. Imagine that. I haven't been doing it very consistently, so it's hard to do that. But we had a guy come on stream and he was just so blatantly like Q. Anyways. But he was just so blatantly like against anything and everything. Like, I'm not necessarily like, I try to be as moderate as I can be on most issues, unless like I have any actual reason to say anything. Oof. Anyways. But guy was just being like, I think he was insulting furries or something, which I'm just like, dude, you're going to a random stream that you have found on Twitch to complain about furries when there is nothing furry related going on said stream. I think you're the issue. But no, it was just really bizarre, but hilarious at the same time. You know, so who knows, maybe we'll have something like that happen again. Doubtful, but very possible. Slide. Wee. But no, I feel like I'll eventually get to the point where Roblox is just a staple of the channel, if nothing else, like kind of what I'm doing here right now, of just, it's some good stupid fun of just, again, number go up, brain go burr, that maybe we can eventually start having to be like the start of stream thing, is we hang out in Roblox for a bit, then we go and do other stuff. We'll have to see. 25% completion. I don't know if that's the case. We probably could just finish this and then move on to Vacation Simulator. Hello, wall. How are you today? Literally just a wall. Cool. I don't know if I'd call that a tent, but you know. If they're gonna call it a tent, they're gonna call it a tent. Also, I saw buttons over here. But yeah, no. In general, life has been all over the place, but I'm here. And in all honesty, that's all that I can be asked of right now. Because for instance, like, I got a job that has me waking up early in the morning, which is the reason why I've been actually streaming semi-consistently. We'll go with. But you know, why I've been able to make more content just because of the fact that I'm waking up earlier, and therefore I have more of an afternoon type schedule that I can use, and so I'm able to then, you know, this whole area just spawned. Anyways. But it's nice to be able to, you know, wake up early, have things to do, all that sort of jazz. These are all expensive. One thing that has been a major downside, I'd say, though, is, and I've probably talked about this on stream before, but we're here anyways, is my social life has taken a massive hit from the fact that I'm, you know, needing to wake up so early. I need to go to sleep a lot earlier than I have been, and therefore I end up having a lot less time to spend with people, since the majority of the people that I interact with are either in college, whether that's they're taking the spring or summer term or not, but they're in college. And what the heck? Flooring. Space wall. Brick wall. Fun. But you know, most of the people I interact with have evening schedules for their free time. And so it's been a bit rough. That's definitely been part of what's been getting me down. But I'm doing good today, and we'll take that. Also, I didn't mention it, and I don't know if anyone even realized. Got a haircut. I got that Friday, not this last one, but the one before. And of the people that I do interact with on a semi-regular basis, no one mentioned it. Which my headcanon there is, no one thinks it looks good, and so therefore they're not going to comment on it. Anyways, though. For a second I was reading this, I'm like, what? And, I'm spending that much to get something? No, it's I get additional money if I join their group. All I'm gonna say in the group thing here on Roblox is it reminds me way too much of rate 5 stars to whatever in Happy Wheels. That's where my mind goes to when I see those. It's like, we've encountered this before. Not on this game, but similar things. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I mean, there's a big thing that happened, but I don't know how much I'm wanting to go into it on Twitch, if nothing else, just because I don't want to have Twitch come after me for, you're promoting bad things. It's like, no, I was just dealing with the situation myself. That being, I was wanting to. Didn't, obviously. But again, I'm like, do I even talk about it? Because with Twitch/YouTube, when this eventually goes up, which is weird, the fact that currently streams are going only out to like the 25th of July, which makes sense. Like, it's not like I'm streaming that often. Obviously streaming now more than I have been in a really long time. I was just sort of like, wait, this is weird. But you know, I don't want to have a video get screwed over just because whatever. Because, oh my, imagine that I had to deal with my own real world stuff that is in a caliber that not many people like to talk about, and so therefore it gets whatever on. Yeah. Anyways. Also, how do people use Twitter? I'm not talking about like the degenerates who are on Twitter 24/7 and hate retweeting things and whatever. Like, how do you make tweets that aren't just like business tweets, essentially. I'm trying to figure out like how to do that, because I think it was probably a Harris Heller video. Was like, you know, it's fine to use your Twitter to promote like, oh hey, I'm going live, or anything of that caliber, but don't have that solely be what you're, oh, there we go. Now I can do things in here. But don't have that be like the entirety of what your Twitter is. And I'm just like, I don't have enough go on in my life to tweet about just regularly, and I am trying to figure out what to fill that space with. I've had a couple of, in my opinion, funny tweets. Posted one, this would have been a bit ago, about the fact that I was looking through, I think, Globetrotter challenges on League, and half of them were, not half of them, but like, Smolder, you know, the dragon, who, he's a Camavoran dragon, okay, apparently I did that. You know, Camavoran dragon from a region not, you know, where a lot of people are from, even though you have a few people. Which also, why is there not one for Camavor? You got like Callista, Gwen, Smolder, Viego. I guess that's only 4 though. Anyways, I feel like they could make a Globetrotter for that. They made one for Ishtal when they had like 6 people. Anyways. But in, so, you know, Smolder, you know, you have a new champion, you need to fit him into one of these, even though you really don't need to, but they decided to try and fit him into one of them. And of all places that they could possibly try and stick this dragon champion, they decide we're gonna stick him in the Void. And to me, that is one of, if not the most nonsensical ideas Riot probably has ever had. It's like, is it a controversial thing? No, but it's really stupid. Just, who in their right mind is going, yes, the Void, these purple creatures or people who have been tainted by the Void, everything purple, and you know, it's very clear if something is or isn't Void. Let's stick the dragon in there that has nothing about his character even remotely touches the Void. Like, you could arguably put Jax in the Void and be fine. It'd be a little dumb, but you could do that. You could put Zillion in the Void, and again, kinda dumb, but it would make some semblance of sense. Why in the world are you sticking Smolder in the Void? It makes no sense at all. In all honesty, probably the reason why is because I think they had 2 ADCs, and they're just like, well, we should probably put more in here, so that if those 2 get banned, people can actually possibly try and do Globetrotter. In that case, just go to quick play. Anyways, the other one that was a little bit weird but kind of makes sense was Evelyn is in the Shadow Isles, which again, like, I can see where they're going for, but at the same time, you know, Evelyn's, I forget the specifics of like what she's a demon of, but I'm pretty certain it's like anguish, which is like, sure, like Shadow Isles people are going to be in pain and anguish, whatever, but at the same time, why not like literally anywhere else where there's commonly living things? Cracks me up. Okay, I think this is all more expensive than the stuff up top, right? I think so. Let me take a quick peek. Yes, it is. Okay, I should probably come up here then, especially since I'm not getting a green boy down there. Also, while this park looks pretty fun actually, I could not imagine the upkeep of this thing. Could you imagine, like, any sort of storm comes through? Beyond, like, you know, you need to secure all the balls from the ball pit. Just, how do you make certain that none of this just blows away? Like, either blows away or gets ripped or just anything like that. No. It was taking a second to catch up. I'm like, I had enough. No, it just hadn't caught up quite yet. Also, it looks like the souls left. Soul 1 and 2. So the, yeah, soul and soul 2. Oh. We be vibing. Yes, we do. We're vibing because we can. Oh, there we go. That's something I can do something with. I obviously don't have enough money for whatever's going to be up here. Railings. Yeah, probably a good idea. That's not bouncy. Should be, in theory, if everything here is a bouncy castle, but who am I to judge? Also, I can't remember if I ever mentioned on stream. Would have been actually probably around this time last year. Jeez. I tried making a Roblox Tycoon, and I actually got a decent portion of the way. I more or less actually had the entirety of the coding done. That seems like a terrible idea, but we're gonna try it anyways. Geez, I be rolling. You know, I think I had like all the conveyor stuff set up. I had, you know, saving. I had player, like if someone was to join, their tycoon would leave and a new one could be made when someone did. Like, I had all of that sort of stuff. I think literally all I had to do was add in, like, basically I just had to do the modeling to make stuff, and I didn't. Will I ever go back and finish it? Probably not, but who knows? Everything's too expensive. Okay. Because I feel like that could be something that would be fun to do. But I'd also spent probably a good, in all honesty, upwards of 10 hours figuring out the programming, just following a YouTube video. And it worked, you know, but at the same time, I get programming, but I am not experienced enough in it to actually make something myself. Now again, could I probably make something? 100%. Like, it's like I basically already had made something. I just needed to, you know, finalize it. 50%. 50%, half an hour in. That works for me. Granted, it'll probably have our progression slow down a little bit here, but also, I'd mentioned the power-up thing, but I didn't mention how I am getting around not having to have it enabled, because it is enabled, but it's currently 10,000 bits. And in my mind, if someone is crazy enough to decide to give me that much money just to whatever, you know, if you're gonna do that, especially since I've talked about how it's intended to not be used, sure, I'll take it, I suppose. Also, I have food here, which is why you're hearing clinking. because I did not eat a whole ton today. Well, imagine that. I've hardly been up today. I've eaten half a Costco muffin until this, and that's been it. Thank you for the wall. Am I going to put anything in this walled area? Absolutely no idea. Nope, there's a thing over here. A maze, you say? Well, maybe I'll build the maze, because then I can get a buttload more income, in theory. I will say, I don't know how they're gonna somehow fit double the stuff we already have in here. But we'll see. How much you want to bet somewhere in the maze is a button? Let's go to the top of this and see if I can figure that out. I do see ladders? Question mark? Oh, or I can just climb everything. That works too. Okay. Well then. Also, I'm assuming there's zero validity to it. I've had a couple of streams, I think funnily enough Roblox streams, where I, you know, it got on, uploaded to YouTube, and it just randomly has a copyright claim on it. And not like a, oh hey, you used this song, but a like, I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, it looks like it's just some random company is trying to claim stuff because it sounds either similar to something that they have, or it's just completely fraudulent. Because the thing is, though, I'm pretty certain anytime it was, like there have been a couple Monster Cat ones, whatever, from Roblox streams, which makes sense because it's just, you know, whomever is making the game gets a license and they're able to put it in here, but they can't, you know, anyone who's, you know, recording, streaming the game doesn't own the rights, and I get that. You know, in that regard, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, that is how that legally works, whatever. But it's been on ones where I'm pretty certain, I haven't looked too much into it because it's not like I'm monetized on any of my YouTube channels yet. But I was just kind of looking at it, I'm like, I'm pretty certain these are Stream Beats songs, which then tells me that these are fraudulent. Again, I'd have to look into it a little bit more probably, but I'm pretty certain that's what the case is. But, you know, I will eventually figure that out. I don't think I've ever actually talked about it on stream, But I actually met Harris Heller, probably, can't remember exactly when it would have been, sometime last year though. Because apparently he has some offices like semi-close to where I live. And he was just grabbing dinner at the restaurant that I was at. So that was pretty cool. I didn't chat with him a whole ton because, again, he was going to a restaurant to eat. Don't need to go and shove work into him, essentially. But no, I was able to have a quick little chat with him. I also was able to talk to my manager and we got him his meal for free, so that was pretty cool. And if nothing else, now he follows me on Twitter, so I can feel cool about that. No, really, really cool guy though. See, now though I'm getting to that point where I don't have anything to talk about. I'm not quite ready to switch over to Vacation Simulator. Because I know we'd said last stream that I was wanting to play Red Lantern again. And I do have every intent to finish that game. But at the same time, I did not feel like playing it today because that sounded a little too repetitious. Plus, let's be honest, I have so many games that I need to finish. Like, just off the top of my head, I can think of Evoland 2, Minish Cap, Mage Seeker, what else do we have? I mean, obviously Red Lantern. I think those are the ones I can think of immediately off the top of my head. But I'm well aware that there are so many more that I have. I could say Lego Star Wars, but I ended up making a new save of that just to play on my own. So obviously I'm not wanting to restart that again. No, I have a very bad habit of starting games and never finishing them. Not even like just on stream, but kind of just in general. Like, I probably have another hour or two in God of War, the 2016? Is that when that one came out? The one with Atreus. You know, I have that one that, again, I have basically nothing left to do, but I need to just do it. I uninstalled it the other day though because depression, and also just I haven't touched it in over a year. I think at this point I'm like, I'm probably not touching this for a while. Horizon Zero Dawn, I got through basically the tutorial area when you finally unlock being able to go out on your own whatnot. So in that regard, like, I have that entire game to play, basically. I mean, I don't think I've ever actually beat Skyrim. Yet I've played it, like, the VR Skyrim, I guess, is another one to do on stream. I'd played back before the rebranding, probably like 24 hours or so at least of Skyrim on stream, just like base game. Actually, I don't think I technically own the base game, it's the special edition. You get the idea. Also, are there any more buttons that I'm missing? Apparently. Although that's like by the front. Is that just telling me to get money, or is that like something I'm actually missing over here? I can't quite tell. It's just telling me to get money. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just these ones down here. Interesting. This rebirth. Okay. Leaderboard 49. So this one actually apparently hasn't been out for too long. That or people just really didn't care to rebirth a million times. Oh, hello there. Oh, wait, how far am I? 65%. Where am I going to be getting all of this space? It's got to be at an elevation change, but we'll see. We be vibing. Depending on how much more we actually have to do in this, will determine what we do, like how soon we go to vacation sim. I think it's literally just the one tube. Decent chance I'm wrong there, but we'll see. I guess there is a hole up there, so we are definitely going to an elevation change. I don't know. We'll see. Life is weird. Okay, that's a lot of really expensive stuff, just kind of randomly. We can go into tubes. Oh my, we're in the tubes. Slide. Okay then. I guess the slide don't work too well. Nah, life is weird. I will say it's funny that the lo-fi is what's on as I'm doing this. No, I mean, I've been through hell and back, in all honesty. Yet I'm still trucking along. Do I want to most days? It's a very good question. It's definitely interesting trying to find meaning in what you're doing. And that's beyond the like, oh, what's the meaning of life? Which is kind of weird to say that it's beyond that. But you know, I know at least for myself what the meaning of life is. It's, you know, not to get religious here, but you know, I am a decently religious individual. You know, the reason we're brought down here is to go and live life in a way that allows us to help others, help ourselves, and meet in that great cloud in the sky, whatever. Live life in a way that allows you to return to glory in heaven, essentially. And I know that's not for everyone, and that's why I try to not be overly religious. at least on stream, I should say. I try to live my life religiously, but not shoving it down people's throats. But no, like, again, I know the purpose of life, but I don't necessarily know my purpose in life, and that's something that I think has been a real point of, I don't know if I'd say contention, but just a real struggle for me, is figuring out how I fit into this grand thing we call life. And I'm getting better about trying to figure that out. You know, I've had goals of what I want to do in life for a while, but you know, when you get outside of a monetary state of thinking, and you look more at a interpersonal thing, it definitely makes life a lot more complicated. You know, if life was only about making money and getting cool things, I could do that no problem. But the fact that it's about, you know, connecting with people and growing relationships, whether platonic or romantic. So I'm doing okay on the platonic side of things. Definitely still have some growth there, but oh boy, do I definitely have no idea what I'm doing on the romantic side. But hey, I'm trying. I'm living. And hopefully I'll, at one point in time, thrive. Do I hope for that to be sooner rather than later? Absolutely. You know, it's interesting to see. You'll go around and whichever corner of the internet you're on, you'll see people talking about how, oh, these are the golden years, you know, travel, spend them how you want to, whatever. And then you'll have other people who are, oh, you need to, you know, hunker down and make as much money as you can so that later in life you can whatever. Or you have some people who, you know, there's a lot of ideals in that regard that are very different between different groups of people. For myself, my hope is to find financial freedom here in my 20s. Not necessarily, you know, live extravagantly. Would I like to? Of course, I feel everyone would. You know, obviously you have some people who do prefer a more, I guess, down-to-earth lifestyle. But, you know, for myself, I'd 100% be down to, I don't know about travel, just because I guess I wouldn't want to travel for the sake of traveling so much as I'd want to travel to go to cool places and have cool experiences and meet cool people. So I feel in that regard, you know, people, like I've seen a couple of mutual friends in the area that I'm at who they end up going and, you know, they go on all these trips, or even if it's not all these trips, you know, they go on trips occasionally and it's like to the Bahamas or wherever, and I'm just like, that doesn't interest me. Like, maybe a little bit. I could definitely see like going to experience the area maybe, you know, but it's like, oh, the Bahamas or the Caribbean or whatever. I'm just like, eh. I don't want to go somewhere just for the sake of like saying I've been there. You know, something like Disneyland or World or whatever. That's somewhere where I could definitely see myself going, yeah, I'd want to go there. I'd want to go and experience. I mean, I've been to Disneyland once, but it was when I was like 11. A little bit of a different experience if you go as an adult. And even to that extent, you know, would it be cool to go? 100%. But is it something that I'd be like, oh yes, I so incredibly crave to go to this theme park? Not really. For me, the reason why I'd want to travel at all would be to spend time with people that I enjoy spending time with already. Also, I will say, auto purchase sounds like a really dumb idea. Oh hey, you're going into this Tycoon game. You know, a game where the whole gameplay loop is... Sorry. Again, was sick, still getting over it. But you know, the whole gameplay loop here, oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on with my left ear right now, but it is clogged. Oh my. And that did it, whatever. But I feel like, for me, places don't really have a major draw. Like, you know, I feel like I'd want to go to Paris at some point, but it's not because I want to go to Paris, it's because I'd want to go to Paris with a significant other. You know, whether that's girlfriend or wife, depending on at what point in time. Oh, I don't quite have enough. You know, that's the thing for me is, like, for me, doing what I enjoy and spending time with people is what living the dream is. And you know, for some people they do, you know, their whole thing is I want to travel, I want to see all these cool places. Like, yeah, I get that. At the same time, places for me don't mean anything if you're not going with people to like spend time with people. Also, that doesn't help me to know where my next button is. I know wherever it is going to be really expensive, but where is it? Stairs. Okay. No, because like for me, the few places that I'm like I want to travel would be again with a significant other, or to like TwitchCon, or just other conventions to meet with people that have similar passions to mine. Beyond that, like, I could definitely see myself just kind of living in a more rural, not like, you know, like living on a farm and all that. That does not appeal to me. In an extent, kind of at all. Doesn't really, the idea of going and spending millions of dollars on a farm, and that's not necessarily for the land, but, you know, taking care of a farm and whatever. That does not sound appealing to me. And to some people, it does. More power to them. Not my cup of tea. I mean, I feel like that's just... The fact that these... There's no duck button. How are you supposed to get below the one? I guess have a shorter player model. No, it's just interesting to see the difference in what people's ideals for life are. And in all honesty, probably part of the reason why I'm thinking about this is, again, I would love to date. I'd love to actually get into a relationship. But heaven knows, that's not happening right now. Am I completely giving up? No. Do I want to? A little bit. But I'm holding out hope. I'm more or less giving up on trying to pursue anything myself, but hey, if some gal decides to come up to me and thinks I'm cute or whatever, by all means, say it, because I cannot read your mind, nor do I want to try. Everything's so stinking expensive. Not even like... Again, it was like, oh hey, we got halfway through in 30-ish minutes. Now we're still not even to 75% of the way, and we're almost at a full hour in. Fun times, which again, the reason why they do that in these things is because then it incentivizes you to spend money. Not all of them, but oftentimes. If nothing else, most of the time the reason why they slow down around this point is because you're supposed to, like, rebirth now. Would normally be what the case is. Rebirth, get a boost, and then, you know, go from there. Not quite this thing's MO, it would appear. I don't know, maybe we'll go buy one thing and then we'll probably switch over to, oh, whatever it's called, Vacation Simulator. Which also, I don't know if anyone's been watching the Stormland videos. First off, I didn't realize how terrible I was at that game until recently. 124.2. Cool. The reason I say that is I probably had put a solid 4 to 6 hours into the game, I want to say. When I had played it on my own, probably like 4 or 5 years back. Or, no, it wouldn't have quite been that long, more like 3 to 4. Anyways. But I went and I was, you know, and part of the reason I know why I've progressed further now than I had then is just because I'm focusing more on getting the story done, because that's what people want to watch in a video most of the time. But, it was kind of sad to see just how little progress I'd actually made. So I think I have, what? 3? No, I don't even have 3. I have 2 videos on Stormland right now. So, you know, give or take about 2-ish hours of gameplay. And I not only got to where I was before, but I've surpassed it. Not by like a large margin, but I've still passed up by quite a bit where I was. If nothing else, I unlocked a few key things that I hadn't unlocked initially. Whee. There. We'll go ahead and swap over to whatever it's called. Vacation Simulator. Assuming Roblox will let me close it. There we go. Okay.